Aw, really? That guy just had to crash? Oh, I got a plane! I did something!
Nice.
Hey, what's up guys? MrAweshum here. And today I'll be looking at the T28. So this is the first Russian medium tank that you unlock. You get it at just Armor Assault 4th grade, so it really doesn't take you that long to grind up to this tank. Say just 1 to 2 hours or 1 hour if you're boosting and you get a couple lucky games with lots of infantry to mow down with your bullet tank. It's not that hard to get the rank. You can buy it for 96k credits, unless it's on sale, which sometimes they do sales. And just note that it's the first medium tank, and there's no actual armor values on the wikis, so with a little bit of research, it's got about 20 to 30 millimeters all around, which is basically nothing. Even a light tank such as a Luke's could just eat this thing up. So the armor is not going to save you at all. It does have a 76.2 gun, but looking at the velocity on the shells, it's about 370 meters a second, which is very bad for a medium. That's really slow. So it's going to be, you'll have a little bit of issues even hitting targets. And then when you look at the penetration, it's super low. It shows here 35 to 55 on just the regular AP, which I wasn't really able to do much of anything with the regular AP. And even with APCR, the 45 to 65 mil, and just based on the damage, most of the time you're gonna have to 3-shot the enemy medium tanks you come up across. I'd say in a fair fight, you can only fight up against the Tier 1 of the enemy tanks, so the Lee and the Panzer III, you should be able to fight fairly even. You'll be able to pen them in the front since their armor isn't as good. When you get into the Tier 2s, that's where you'll have some problems. You can't really pen them in the front. I'd say only the Panzer IV you can pen the turret, but the Panzer IV will just 2-shot you, so unless you get the first shot off, and you're gonna have some problems. But other than that, if you're fighting, say, the higher Tier 2, Tier 3s, you're gonna have to hit them in the side, just because the penetration and the damage and the velocity is all pretty low on this tank. So I'll leave you guys with some footage and return later for pros and cons and wrap-up, so hope you enjoy. Ah, it's too late on the... Ah, I got him in the foot! Oh, that guy caught a shell.
Oh shit, dude, I heard a panther over by me.
I think that's a panther at C2.
Hold on, buddy. Hold
I'm
on.
petting him, sort of. There's a Kubel. I see a Kubel coming your way.
Shit.
Ooh, got him.
You got that panther?
I killed the panther and killed that Kubel that's coming your way. Uh-oh. There's definitely something out there.
There's another one.
Panzer IV! I got side shots!
Yeah, I can't even see this guy. So much shit in the way.
Take that, you Panzer IV!
Take that, crime, you shit.
Oh, I got some bonus points too.
Oh my god, son of a bitch. Son of a bitch, man.
Oh, I just saw a Kubel near you. Pop the Kubel for you.
There you go. Thanks, man.
Got the back end of a Panzer III, I think. Later, Jeep. Oh, there's a guy chasing me! Get away! You little shit. Has it through?
Screw that bullshit, man. But we're up like freaking 40 tanks, man. Like, holy shit.
Who's hit me? Come on, man.
Dude, okay, I know exactly where he is though. You know you know that rock?
Alright, welcome back. So, not a whole lot of carnage with the T28, but I still score some kills on some Panzer IVs and even a couple Panthers, just getting some punches in there. So here's one repair from a game I had. This was 6 tank losses, and it cost me about 700 on repairing the tank, and about 1,000 repairing the ammo, so not too bad. You can also notice here that the T28 is the cheapest tank of any other medium to spawn. So, I mean, it just goes to show that, yeah, it's the cheapest tank. And I don't know, I mean, even, I would say the Lee would probably perform, the Lee performs, or should perform better than the T28, and the Panzer III, I mean, Panzer III, T28, they're both good at just certain things. So, moving on to a little bit about the credits that I made, I pulled out at least 14k in that half-hour games, and only spent the 1.7 or so. So yeah, I made a good amount of money, but it wasn't super fun because I wasn't just killing everything I came up against. I was just getting a lot of missed opportunities or just missed shots because the pen on this tank is so low. So going on to some pros and cons now. Alright, so here's a list of pros and cons that I've come up with, and we'll start off with the cons here. So the T28, it's a big and long tank. Even when you're peeking around a corner, I find it very hard to just, if I take a shell, I can't back up fast enough with the tank to avoid getting shot twice. And even when I do get shot twice, I almost guaranteed to be set on fire. It's got a slow top speed. It's just slow acceleration and backup speed. It's very paper armor, and just anything can pretty much pen you. It's got no coax machine gun, so if you actually want to use a machine gun, you have to switch seats, or you have to always have a buddy in your tank using the machine gun, which does make it very crew dependent. The seat transfer is very just kind of awkward, because if you do want to use the machine gun for close-in infantry without, like, say if you don't have high explosive shells, you're gonna have to switch to the machine gun, and then you're gonna have to switch to, say, 3 other machine guns before you can return back to your cannon. So sometimes it would be even faster just bailing out of your tank and getting back in it. It's got low pen with the AP rounds. As said earlier, it was only, say, 35 to 55, so pretty much can only pen the tier 1s, and even when you upgrade it, it only gets slightly better. Like, when you upgrade it, now you can, for example, pen a Panther in the side armor. You couldn't really do that with the regular ammo before. It's got very low velocity, it's got low damage on the gun. I find that I have to take 3 shots always to kill another medium tank. The medium tank destroyers have lower hit points, so those usually take 2 shots, or at least 2 shots to put it on fire. When you're playing the T28, yeah, because it's such a big target and whatnot, it just presents lots of free kills. You'll have random people jumping on your tank, or like random people wanting to get in your tank because they never get to play with it, and then they don't want to leave, and the enemy tank just gets a double kill or triple or whatnot. So yeah, it's not a very reliable tank at all. It's got what I would say a pretty ugly sight. I find the sight very distracting on it, and it takes a little while to hone in with knowing exactly where your shots are gonna land, especially at long ranges. And it's got pretty bad gun depression. So now for the pros. It's very cheap to maintain, cheap to buy, which is probably one of the only reasons why you would actually use this tank in a game. Or if you were, say, just only up against like infantry only or other tier 1 tanks, you can have a decent time playing this tank. The co-op can make it a pretty powerful tank against infantry, since you can have the main cannon, the co-gunner, and the co-gunner can switch around to different turrets covering different angles. It's got a 76mm and a turret, so that's actually pretty good for a tier 1, considering that the only other tank with a high millimeter gun, the Lee, it doesn't have a turret, so this has a little bit more freedom. You can peek around buildings. It's very easy to achieve, and typically if you want to play the tank, you're always going to be able to play the tank. And it's got 70 shots that you can carry around, so you do have quite a lot of ammo that you can just fire off at whoever you want. So as far as a wrap-up goes, I mean, what can you expect? It's a tier 1 tank. It can fight other tier 1 tanks and infantry. It can sort of fight a tier 2 when it gets upgraded, but it's gonna struggle as soon as you fight tier 2s, and when you go up against a tier 3, you're really gonna have like no chance at all unless you flank the tier 3 tanker. So yeah, that's about that. Thanks for watching, guys. Let me know what reviews you want to see next, and until then, see you on the next one.